Why did these 10 science pictures make history? Have you ever stopped to wonder about all the forgotten photographers behind historical pictures? Who were they? Where did they come from? Did they have a funny hat or quirky personality? Or were they just faceless entities behind the lens, frozen in time like the subjects of their photos? It's a question that has plagued cheesy tour guides and amateur history buffs alike. Is it the picture itself that's important, or the person who captured it? Perhaps they are as important as the picture itself. Both the photographer and the picture made history. In this video, I'm going to guide you through some of the most iconic pictures ever taken. Here's to all the photographers that changed our lives forever. Oh, and if you know any of them, tag them in the comments below. Number 10. Hubble Extreme Deep Field. The Hubble Space Telescope has been one of the most important tools in the field of astrophysics, providing us with stunning images of the universe that we would have otherwise never been able to observe. However, one image that stands out is Hubble's Extreme Deep Field, XDF, which has become a crucial part of our understanding of the universe. A picture that made history. The XDF is a composite image that was created from several infrared images taken over a period of, hold on, 10 years. This image shows approximately 10,000 galaxies that are up to 13 billion years old, which means they are some of the oldest and most distant objects in the universe. It's difficult to fathom the sheer number of galaxies present in the XDF. To put it into perspective, here there are more galaxies than there are stars in the Milky Way. But why is this picture so important? Why did it make history? One of the most significant things about this picture is that it allowed scientists to study the evolution of galaxies over time. By looking at these distant galaxies, researchers were able to see how they looked billions of years ago and how they've changed since then. This provided a unique opportunity to study the formation of galaxies and their subsequent evolution, which had been previously impossible to achieve. Moreover, the extreme deep field showed scientists that the universe is much more massive than we thought. The sheer number of galaxies present in the image suggests that the universe is filled with trillions of galaxies, each with billions of stars. It not only gives us a glimpse into the vastness of the universe, but also shows us how insignificant our existence is compared to the vastness of the cosmos. Lastly, the XDF has been instrumental in the discovery of several new astrophysical phenomena, such as dark matter and dark energy. The image gave astrophysicists insight into the origins of these phenomena and their effects on the universe, something that we wouldn't have been able to observe otherwise. Hubble's Extreme Deep Field image is an essential contribution to the field of astrophysics. Its unique and unprecedented view of the universe has allowed us to learn more about the universe than ever before, and it will continue to be one of the crucial tools for exploring the mysteries of the universe. It reminds us of the complexity and vastness of the cosmos and how much we have yet to learn about it. Number 9. First radiography, WILHELM Röntgen. Now let me take you on a journey back to 1895, a time when medicine was still in its infancy, and doctors relied solely on their senses to diagnose patients. In this era, WILHELM Röntgen embarked on a discovery that would revolutionize the world of medicine forever. And it all started with a bone. One day, Röntgen was experimenting with cathode rays in a vacuum tube when he noticed something strange. A piece of paper coated with a fluorescent material began to glow, even though it was not in direct contact with the tube. Puzzled, Röntgen decided to investigate further. He placed different objects between the tube and the paper to see if he could discover what was causing the fluorescence. This is where the bone comes in. Röntgen, being a resourceful chap, just happened to have a human hand lying around his lab. He placed the hand in front of the tube and took a picture using the fluorescent paper, and the result was mind-blowing. For the first time in history, Röntgen had created an image of the inside of a human body. He could see the bones, the muscles, and even the outline of the skin. This was an incredible breakthrough, one that amazed the medical community and the public at large. No wonder this picture made history. Röntgen called his discovery the X-ray, and it quickly became an indispensable tool in medicine. Doctors could now see inside the body without making a single incision. They could diagnose broken bones, detect tumors, and even locate bullets in wounded soldiers during World War I. But the X-ray didn't just revolutionize medicine, it also had a profound impact on our daily lives. Think about it. Every time you go to the dentist, you get an X-ray of your teeth. Every time you fly on an airplane, you go through an X-ray machine at security. And every time you break a bone or need surgery, you can thank Röntgen for his incredible discovery. Of course, like all things, the X-ray had its downsides. Overexposure to X-rays can lead to radiation sickness and even cancer. But thanks to the careful regulation of X-ray use and the development of safer techniques, these risks are kept to a minimum. This X-ray image is not just an image. It's a symbol of the power of science and technology to change the world. It's an example of how a simple experiment can have such a good impact on our daily lives. Number 8. Photograph 51. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, groundbreaking discoveries lead to other great discoveries. It's only a matter of time. For instance, the picture I'm about to show you, called Photograph 51, was a game changer, but it was only possible to take it by making use of X-rays. Again, thanks, Röntgen. Photograph 51 is a black and white X-ray diffraction image taken by Rosalind Franklin and her team in 1952. The image shows the helical structure of a DNA molecule, which was a groundbreaking discovery in the field of biology. Let's see what contributions gave to the world and the reason why we say it is a picture that made history. Before Photograph 51, scientists had little understanding of the structure of DNA. They knew it was important for heredity, but they didn't know how it worked or what it looked like. But this image changed everything. With Photograph 51, researchers were able to see for the first time the distinctive X shape of DNA and the arrangement of its space pairs. This allowed them to understand how DNA works as a code for all living things, from tiny bacteria to giant blue whales, and of course humans. The discovery of the structure of DNA was so significant that it earned James Watson, Francis Crick, and Maurice Wilkins the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962. However, we should not forget the immense contribution of Rosalind Franklin, whose work and data were instrumental in the discovery but was overlooked at the time. She deserves a Nobel Prize too, if you ask me. Thanks to this discovery, we have been able to unlock the secrets of genetics and understand how life functions at a microscopic level. We've been able to develop groundbreaking medical treatments and technologies, including sci-fi stuff like cloning and gene editing. Photograph 51 is not just a picture of a molecule. It's a snapshot of a pivotal moment in human history, where our understanding of ourselves and the world around us changed forever. And I must say, that's pretty cool. Number 7. Pale blue dot. Here's another image that I must mention. An image that captured the imagination of millions and changed how we see our place in the universe. It's called the pale blue dot. The pale blue dot is a photograph taken in 1990 by the Voyager 1 spacecraft as it was leaving our solar system from a distance of 6 billion kilometers. Voyager 1 turned its camera back towards the Earth and snapped a picture of our planet as a mere speck of light in the vast darkness of space. It was soon clear this image was destined to make history. The picture is breathtaking in its simplicity and beauty. It shows us how small we really are in the grand scheme of things. Our entire world, with all its history, culture, and people, is reduced to a single pixel of light in the vast expanse of the cosmos. And yet, it's a dot that contains everything we know and love: our homes, our families, and our dreams. But how did we manage to take this picture? It wasn't easy. Voyager 1 was traveling at a speed of over 60,000 kilometers per hour, and its camera had to be turned back towards the Earth with precision timing. It took several hours to transmit the data back to Earth, and when the image finally appeared, it was like nothing we had seen before. The pale blue dot made history because it changed how we see ourselves and our planet. It reminded us that we are just one small part of the universe and that we should cherish and protect our world because it's the only one we've got. The image also sparked a renewed interest in space exploration, and inspired a new generation of scientists and explorers. The pale blue dot is more than just a picture. It's a symbol of our place in the universe and a reminder of the beauty and fragility of our planet. It's an image that will always hold a special place in our hearts and minds, and is a testament to the incredible achievements of science and technology. Number 6. The Great Physics Foursome. Now let's talk about an iconic photo of 4 influential scientists, Einstein, Yukawa, Wheeler, and Baba, walking together at the Institute for Advanced Study (IAS) in Princeton in 1954. This picture captured a moment in time when these brilliant minds from different parts of the world came together to discuss and explore some of the most complex and intriguing questions in physics. Albert Einstein, one of the most famous and celebrated scientists of all time, was best known for his groundbreaking theory of relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of space and time. Hideki Yukawa, a Japanese physicist, was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work in developing the theory of nuclear forces. John Archibald Wheeler, an American theoretical physicist, coined the term black hole and made significant contributions to the study of quantum mechanics. Lastly, Homi Jehangir Bhabha, an Indian nuclear physicist, is credited with playing a crucial role in the development of India's nuclear program. This photo is significant because it captures the moment when these 4 brilliant minds came together to discuss and collaborate on some of the most challenging problems in physics. Their contributions to the field of physics have had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe, and their work continues to influence scientific research to this day. If we were to compare this iconic foursome to a group of influencers today, it would have to be the Fab Four of social media, the Kardashians. Both groups have had a significant impact on their respective fields, and their influence has extended beyond their immediate spheres of influence. However, while the Kardashians may be more well-known in popular culture, the contributions of Einstein, Yukawa, Wheeler, and Baba have had a much more lasting impact on society and the world at large. The photo of Einstein, Yukawa, Wheeler, and Baba walking at IAS is a picture that made history because it captures a moment in time when some of the most brilliant minds in physics came together to collaborate and explore the mysteries of the universe. Their contributions to the field of physics have had a profound impact on our understanding of the world, and their work continues to inspire and influence scientists today. Hey, are you enjoying this video? If yes, why don't you like it and subscribe to the channel? Number 5. Bruce McCandless in open space. When we think of space exploration, we often imagine historic astronauts floating among the stars, performing grand feats of bravery and ingenuity. No picture captures this more than the iconic image of Bruce McCandless floating in open space, with the Earth a distant and fragile speck in the background. Bruce McCandless was one of the early pioneers of space exploration, joining NASA in 1966 as part of the astronaut class of 1967. He was part of the support crew for the Apollo 14 mission to the Moon before being selected for the Space Shuttle program in the 1980s. But it was his spacewalk in 1984 that would make history. McCandless became the first astronaut to perform an untethered spacewalk, using a jet-powered backpack to float freely in space. The image of him suspended in the black void of space with nothing but the Earth behind him became an instant icon of human exploration and bravery. Now you tell me, do you need another reason to call this a historical picture? Well, I'm going to give you one: courage. What many people don't realize is just how terrifying it must have been for McCandless to perform that spacewalk. He was floating in a vacuum with no air to breathe and no way to communicate with his fellow astronauts. One wrong move could have sent him careening off into space, lost forever in the vastness of the universe. Yet McCandless dared to take that risk, to push the boundaries of what was possible and to explore the universe in a way that had never been done before. His bravery, and the image that came out of it, inspired generations of scientists and space enthusiasts, reminding us of the incredible feats that can be accomplished through human ingenuity and daring. The image of Bruce McCandless floating in open space is more than just a picture. It's a symbol of the human spirit of exploration and adventure. McCandless's bravery and daring have inspired generations of scientists and space enthusiasts, reminding us of what can be accomplished when we push the boundaries of what is possible. It's a picture that made history and will continue to inspire us for generations to come. Number 4. The Wright brothers' first flight. The Wright brothers' picture of their plane in flight is one of the most iconic images in the history of aviation. It represents a moment in time when the impossible became possible and a dream became a reality. Here's why it made history. Before the invention of the airplane, traveling long distances was a journey that could take weeks, if not months, and cost a fortune. With the advent of air travel, everything changed. Distance became less of an obstacle and travel times were greatly reduced. The world became more connected and people became more mobile. The airplane has revolutionized our world in ways that previous inventions could not have imagined. The Wright brothers' first flight was a turning point in the history of aviation. It marked the beginning of a new era of travel and exploration. The airplane quickly became a symbol of human progress and achievement, and its impact was felt all over the world. Today we take air travel for granted. We can travel across the globe in a matter of hours, and at a cost that is affordable for many people. The world has become more connected and cultures have become more intertwined. The airplane has not only revolutionized the way we travel, but it also has changed the way we think and perceive the world around us. The Wright brothers' picture of their plane in flight is important because it represents a moment when human imagination and ingenuity overcame the limitations of the natural world. It's a reminder that we can achieve the impossible if we put our minds to it. It reminds us that progress is possible and that we should never give up on our dreams. The Wright brothers' picture of their plane in flight is a picture that made history because it marked a turning point in the history of aviation and human progress. It reminds us of the power of human ingenuity and the importance of pursuing our dreams. The airplane has revolutionized our world, and the Wright brothers' achievement will always be remembered as one of the most important moments in the history of aviation. Number 3. Bouman and the black hole. In April 2019, the world was stunned when the first ever image of a black hole was released. It was a feat that had been previously thought impossible, and it was made possible in large part thanks to the contributions of Bouman. Her work in creating an algorithm to process the vast amounts of data collected by the Event Horizon Telescope, EHT, was instrumental in helping to produce the image. To understand why this image is so important, we need to understand what a black hole is. In simple terms, a black hole is a region of space where the gravitational pull is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. They are incredibly dense and can be millions, if not billions of times more massive than our Sun. The study of black holes is a critical part of astrophysics, and their existence is essential to our understanding of the universe. But despite their significance, black holes are incredibly difficult to observe. They are, after all, black. They emit no light and they are usually surrounded by a thick cloud of gas and dust, making it impossible to see them directly. It was only through the use of the EHT, a network of telescopes spread around the world, that scientists were able to capture an image of a black hole. So why did this image make history? Well, it's simple. It's because it confirms the existence of black holes, which until now had only been theoretical. It also provides scientists with valuable data that can be used to study the behavior of black holes and the effects of gravity on the universe. It is a significant breakthrough in our understanding of the cosmos and a testament to the power of collaboration, innovation, and sheer human determination. But obtaining this image was no easy feat. It required the combination efforts of over 200 scientists, engineers, and technicians from around the world, each of whom played a critical role in making the image a reality. And at the center of it all was Bouman and her algorithm, which stitched together the massive amounts of data collected by the EHT and produced the image we see today. Bouman's contribution to the project was crucial. She worked tirelessly to create an algorithm that could process the vast amounts of data collected by the AHT and turn it into a coherent image. Her work involved developing new techniques for dealing with noise, distortion, and other factors that could affect the data. And in the end, her efforts paid off. The image of the black hole is a testament to the power of her. Number 2. Giotto's painting of a comet. So far, I've shown you pictures that made history. Of course, it was only possible to take them after the invention of photography. This new invention allowed men to capture moments of their daily lives, making them immortal. Way before the invention of photography, paintings had the same function. So I thought we might take a look at one of these old-style pictures, the beta version of the photographic cameras and plates. For instance, this painting of Giotto represents a comet. It's not a picture that captures a moment in time or a groundbreaking discovery. Instead, it is a painting that made history because of what it represented for the art world. Painted in the early 14th century, Giotto's fresco of a comet in the Scrovegni Chapel in Padova, Italy, was a work of art unlike any other. At the time, most paintings were religious in nature, depicting biblical scenes or portraits of saints. Giotto's painting, however, depicted a natural phenomenon, a comet streaking through the sky. This may not seem like a big deal now, but at the time, it was groundbreaking. Giotto's painting was a departure from the traditional style of painting that dominated the art world. It was realistic, with attention paid to the details of the comet and the surrounding landscape. It was also innovative in its use of perspective, creating the illusion of depth in the painting. Giotto's painting of a comet was a turning point in the history of art. It marked the beginning of the Renaissance, a period of great artistic and cultural innovation in Europe. With its attention to detail and realism, Giotto's painting set the stage for the great artists of the Renaissance like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Today, Giotto's painting of a comet is still celebrated as a masterpiece of art history. It's a reminder of the power of art to inspire and innovate, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and it is a testament to the enduring legacy of one of the greatest artists of all time. Number 1. Da Vinci's human anatomy. But Giotto wasn't the only existing genius. All over the centuries, a bunch of other artists and literates, as well as philosophers and scientists, contributed to the development of science through their works. Leonardo da Vinci's work on human anatomy, for example, revolutionized the world in numerous ways. Prior to da Vinci's work, knowledge of human anatomy was primarily based on the works of Galen, a physician from ancient Greece. Galen's understanding of human anatomy was based on animal dissection, since human dissection was taboo in his time. Da Vinci's work, on the other hand, was based on human dissection, providing more accurate and detailed information about the human body. Da Vinci's drawings of the human body were not only stunning works of art, but were also incredibly accurate. His detailed drawings of the human body, including muscles, bones, and organs, were based on his personal dissections of cadavers. His work was so accurate that it is still used as a reference by medical students today. In fact, it is believed that his work on the human heart was the first depiction of the organ that was anatomically accurate. Da Vinci's work on the human body contributed significantly to the field of medicine. His study of the human body helped to identify the different organs and their functions, and how they are interconnected. His work even helped to identify the human circulatory system, which was not fully understood at the time. Da Vinci's work laid the foundation for modern anatomy. His approach to studying the human body as a whole, rather than just focusing on specific areas, was a significant departure from the traditional approach to anatomy at the time. His work on the human body helped to establish the importance of human dissection and observation in the study of anatomy. His work also paved the way for the development of medical techniques such as surgery and the use of medical devices. Da Vinci's work on human anatomy was a testament to the importance of genius in driving progress and innovation. His curiosity, creativity, and dedication to the study of the human body helped to revolutionize the field of medicine and establish the foundation for modern anatomy. His work serves as a reminder of the importance of individuals who are willing to push the boundaries of what is possible and inspire others to do the same. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Do you have any other historical pictures you want to see on this playlist? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you next time on the channel.